Hi everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Today is Sunday, August 31st, and I'm Yolanda Nixon. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am here to bring you some amazing news from the world of Stampin' Up! So I'm going to wait a few seconds to see if anybody will join me. And I'm just refreshing my laptop. Okay, so I am live. So I'm going to get started. So Stampin' Up! Has released some information to demonstrators, and this is going to go live starting tomorrow, September 1st, for all of our customers, and it's a great deal. So to be a part of the Stampin' Up! Community as a demonstrator, you would have to get your starter kit or the demonstrator kit. So the demonstrator kit in itself is a great package. It's $125 of any merchandise that you choose, either from the annual catalog or the new mini catalog, which is formerly the holiday catalog, and you only pay $99 with free shipping. But starting September 1st through September 30th, Stampin' Up! Is adding on to the demonstrator kit for free. So let me show you what you're going to get. So you're going to get the stamp set, Queen Anne's lace. You're also going to get the So Much Love stamp set. And you're going to get the basic rhinestones. And they're going to send you 16 packets to make 4 different cards, 4 of each. So all of this is going to be included for free in the new demonstrator kit. So all of this is what you're going to be receiving if you decide to get this demonstrator kit anytime between September 1st and September 30th. So I hope that you stay with me, because I'm going to show you the cards that we will be making with this packet. Hey Stella. So let me show you the cards. So the cards that you're going to make with all of those kits. This is our first card. And this is our second card. This is the third card. And this is the fourth card. So these are the 4 cards that those kits will make along with the stamp set that you're going to be receiving. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create these cards if you decide to get the demonstrator kit, so that way you're familiar with the cards. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make these cards. I'm going to flip my camera around, so give me a minute. You're going to be looking at my ceiling fan, but then I'll switch my camera around. Okay, so give me a few seconds. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to turn this around. There we go. So I'm going to grab 4 of the 16 card kits to make these 4 cards. And I'm going to show you how to make these 4 cards. So we're going to start off with, there's going to be a few items that you're going to need in addition to the stamp sets. And I'm going to go through those items with you. So I'm going to start off with one of our, this is our green apple, Granny Apple Green cardstock. So, and you also receive the the envelopes that go with each card. So these are this is exactly what you're gonna be receiving in the kit. So this is our Granny Apple Green. This is our Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana, and Daffodil Delight. So you're gonna get these strips. So we're gonna start off with folding our card base in half, and I just put the corners together, fold it, and then I'm going to use my bone folder. the bone folder may be an item that you want to add on to your starter kit, to the demonstrator kit, and we use this to push down on the crease so we can make that flat. And we are going to start with our stamping. So we're going to be using the Misty Moonlight ink pad. This is one of our ink colors for 2020 through 2022. So it was just released in June. So we're going to have this for quite a while, for the next 2 years. So we're going to do some stamping, and we are going to get the large flower from the So Much Love stamp set. So the So Much Love has a smaller flower and then the bigger flower, so we're going to be using the bigger flower. And I have placed the big flower on our block, our acrylic block, and this is the E block, and each acrylic block has the letter here, so that we know which letter to use or which block. So this is E, so this might be something that you want to add on to your starter kit. I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to grab our Bermuda Bay cardstock, and we're going to stamp it or ink it up, and then we're going to do it diagonally. We're going to stamp it once, turn it over, ink it up again, and stamp just like that. And I'm going to close my ink pad because I don't want to get ink everywhere. And then we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of our stamp image. And our dimensionals are pop-ups, what we call pop-ups. So our dimensionals, what they do is they add a little bit of height to anything that you're placing on, so it doesn't lay flat on your cardstock, but you're going to add just a little bit of height to it. But we're also going to get our Coastal Cabana sheet. Oh, and our dimensionals, when you purchase our dimensionals, you get 3 sheets per pack. So this might be something that you want to also add on. Ooh, that's my phone. So that might be something that you also want to add on to your starter kit. So then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our trimmer. So this is our Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And we need to cut 3/4 off of the bottom of our sheet that they get put in our packet. We're just going to trim that off 3/4. And this is going to be just extra paper that you can have to do something, another card or something else with it. And then we're going to stamp. Okay, let me grab my other sheet. Okay, so we're going to do some cutting on this. Bring that back up there. So 3/4. Okay, so that's going to be our extra sheet of paper. So we're going to put some adhesive on the back of this. So this is our Stampin' Seal, which you can add this also to your starter kit, and this is our adhesive. And we're just going to add it to the back, and we just need 1 strip. We're going to place this. I like to do it this way, and the fold opens this way. So, but I use my grid paper, and if you don't have the grid paper, this is also available in our online store. Just something else that you might want to add on to your starter kit. And I use the grid paper to align my cardstock straight across. So I'm going to use this wide black line to place it straight, as straight as I can, just like that. And then we're going to take off the dimensionals. There's a backing on the dimensionals because they're double-sided adhesive. So you want to take off the backing on those. You're going to place this right in the middle of your cardstock, of your card front. And then we're going to grab our strip of Daffodil Delight, and we're going to stamp on this again using the Misty Moonlight, and we're going to stamp Here For You. So we're going to use, and this is also one of our other clear blocks, our acrylic blocks, and this is letter, trying to see what that letter is. That's letter G. So it's upside down, so we're going to do, so this is our acrylic block G, and we're going to stamp it towards the left side of the strip. Make sure that it is straight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our paper snips, and these are our scissors that also you can add on to your demonstrator kit. And we're going to cut up to the middle at an angle and cut on from the other side also at an angle, and we're just going to make a little banner. And then you can save this for something else. And as a paper crafter, we always save our scraps because we always can find something to do with them. So we're going to add some dimensionals on this, on the back of this. Now if you don't have dimensionals, you can just add your adhesive on the back of it, which is fine. And then we're going to place, ooh, it got stuck to my nail. That's how strong they are. I think I got stuck to my nail. So we're going to place this, the middle of the banner is going to go right in the middle of this piece towards the bottom. And then we're going to add, the last step, we're going to add our rhinestones. So our rhinestones, my rhinestones were just right here because I was showing them to you guys. Oh, I placed them on the bottom. So we're going to grab our rhinestones, and you're going to get a set of rhinestones free in your demonstrator kit. And we're going to add 3 rhinestones, and the rhinestones have 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. And of course you can see I've already used the medium ones, so I am going to use the large ones on this card. So for these cards I'm going to be using the large ones, and you get to pick what size you want to use. There is no wrong size. So we're going to put 3 rhinestones per card. So that's our first card. And you also receive the envelope to go with your card. So your card is ready to go. You can add a sentiment in the inside, or just do a handwritten message, but that's our first card. Then we're going to do our second card also with the green apple cardstock, Granny Apple Green. And again, same cardstock as the first one. So we're going to fold that in half, and we're going to use our bone folder to crease down the bottom. Put this aside so that I don't do anything with it. So now we're going to cut our strip of paper into 4. And we're going to bring back our trimmer, and we're going to cut this down at 3/4. And our trimmer, if you can see the 1 inch, I'm going to bring that back down. There's a 1 inch, so every line is a 1/4 inch. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to do our 3/4. And we're going to cut 1. And then I'm going to place it there, do 2. And if you can tell our trimmer, you can go up or down on the cutting. And then we're going to place it down, and we're going to do 4. So there's 4 equal strips, 3/4 inch wide. And we're going to stamp on our Bermuda Bay. Again, bringing back the Misty Moonlight. We're going to be using the flower from Anne's Lace, which is this one, Queen Anne's Lace. We're going to be using this flower right here. We're going to ink it up, And when you stamp it, it is going to go off the paper, but that's fine. It's kind of long. So we're going to stamp it there. And this is one of our other acrylic blocks. This is the I block. And then we're going to bring in our sentiment, which says, celebrate all the wonderful things about you. And this is our C block, C acrylic block, and we're going to ink it up. Make sure it's straight and stamp it right there. Then we're going to add dimensionals to the back of this. Oh, let me close. I'm always afraid to get ink everywhere, so let me close those out. And put 5 dimensionals, and I put 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle so it doesn't sink in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to bring back our cardstock. Make sure that it's opening the right way. And what we're going to do with these strips is we're going to place the 5 strips. You're going to do 1, then the Daffodil Delight, and then the other 3 just like this. And again, I'm going to use the squares on my grid paper to make sure that they are straight. And I'm going to leave 2 squares and then set this one there. And make sure that they are, and there's 2 there. So it's about 3/4 of a square between each one, and then that will come out even. So once we do that, we're going to put some adhesive on the back. And I'm sorry I can't read the comments right now, and we just have to move that up. So we're going to place this using the grid paper, 2 little squares, and then we're going to use this one. And sometimes you just have to move up the roller on the ink. on the adhesive. And we're going to use again the grid paper, not a full block. And do another one. Oop, and I went over the paper. Just rub that off, because otherwise it'll get stuck to your next project. Again, not a full block. And again, if you don't know what a block, I'm talking about these little squares. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the one to the right first, just to make sure that I'm still on track. So we're going to do 2. And then we're going to put the last one. And this is very sticky. Put that one right there. Make sure it's in the middle and straight. All right, so now we have our 5 strips, and we're going to add our Bermuda Bay card with our print. Take off the backing on the dimensionals, place it right in the middle of those 5. And now we're going to add our rhinestones. Why do I keep losing my rhinestones? Oh, here they are. Okay, so this, I forgot to mention that this is our, I call it a pickup tool, but I forgot what the exact name is. But it's in our annual catalog, and what it is, it helps you pick up any of the rhinestones, sequins, anything that we have. It has 2 points, so this is the pointy side. You unlock it. There's a little lock image right there, and then you can flip it over and lock it in place, and it's like a little spatula. I'm sure that's not what it's called, but I call it a little spatula, so you can go underneath anything and take it off. So it's a really good tool. And then also if you have, if you're die cutting and you have a a die with a whole bunch of little holes, this will help you take out those little extra pieces of paper in those little holes. So that's what that is for. So we're gonna pick up our gems, our rhinestones, and we're gonna put 3 of these. I'm gonna put one on this side and 2 just underneath the flower on the stem. And this is our 3rd card. Just like this. And it comes with the envelope. Now we're gonna do the Bermuda Bay card. And you're gonna receive the packet just like this. You're gonna have your Bermuda Bay, Costa Cabana, Whisper White, and Daffodil Delight, and the envelope. So we're gonna do the next card. And the next card is going to be, we're gonna first, I always start off with folding my cardstock in half. So I'm gonna fold my cardstock in half, and that's basically so that I don't use it for something else. If I know that if it's folded like this, it's the card base. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna put this aside so I don't do anything with that. So now we're gonna do some stamping. So we're gonna stamp with our Misty Moonlight. I'm going to stamp the flower again, this flower here. And it's going to go a little bit off of the edge of the paper. And that's on purpose. So we're just going to do right here. And we're going to do something called 2-step stamping, because it's 2 steps to this. So we're gonna bring out our Bermuda Bay. So here's our Bermuda Bay ink pad. And we're gonna use the top of the flower. So this is gonna add some color to these 4 parts of the flower. So we're gonna ink that up. And this is see-through, so you can see. And the reason my voice just got louder is because I'm closer to the phone now, because I had to stand up to see this. So you can position this right on top of the flower. You can see right through it because it's see-through. And then stamp it down. And it just puts the image right on top of that. So that's what we call 2-step stamping. And there's several of our stamp sets that will, this is one of the steps for the stamping. It's not necessary, but it just makes it prettier, I think. Okay, so now we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the 4. And then 1 in the middle so it doesn't sink in the middle. And we're gonna grab our Daffodil Delight and our card base. So making sure that the card base is opening towards me, I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. Some adhesive on the back of our Daffodil Delight. And then I'm going to use the grid paper to help me center it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave 1 block space and make sure that it is straight, just like that, and just straight to the card base. Now we're going to take off the top of the dimensionals on our stamped image. And I'm going to leave just a little space from the edge of that Daffodil Delight so I can see a little bit of it, but not too much. So just a little space. Now on this one, we are going to, trim it off on the shorter side at 3/4. And And this is some extra cardstock that you can use for something else. And we're going to stamp our sentiment thanks. And so this is our clear block A, using our Misty Moonlight. And we're going to stamp this towards the right side of the cardstock. And I'm going to stand up to make sure that this is straight. Just like that. I'm going to close that up. Now we're going to cut this at a diagonal. You can use the trimmer or you can just do it with your paper snips. And then we're going to add some dimensionals on the back of this. And I'm going to put 2 dimensionals. Then we're going to bring back our card. Move those out the way. We're going to place it on the bottom of the flower with the edge of the Whisper White. And then we're going to add our last step, which is our rhinestones. I'm going to put 2 on the top. And then we're going to put 1 right on that slant. Right. And that is our second card. Or sorry, this is our third card. And you have the envelope. So it's ready to go, ready to be mailed out. Just put a message in the inside. Now we're going to do our last card, our 4th card. Again, using our Bermuda Bay and Costa Cabana, Daffodil Delight, and Whisper White. We're going to fold this in half using our bone folder to crease it down. And we are going to stamp on our Bermuda Bay, Costa Cabana, and we're going to use the smaller rose or flower. So this is also clear block E, which is the same size as the big flower, but they both fit. So for this stamp set, the biggest block that you should have is E. And then you can use this one with any of the stamps, but it will fit the big rose. So let me get my Misty Moonlight. Now I'm going to stamp 4 of these flowers, but in diagonally, so I can get 4. So I'm going to stamp one here, about right there. Just flip it over, stamp one there. Then I'm going to use just this side right here, bring it in right there. Then I'm going to move it around and the same ink it up right there. So now you have 4. I'm going to move this to the side, close this up. And what we're going to do with this card is we're going to cut it. So bringing back my trimmer, we're going to cut it at 1 inch. So we're going to have 4 strips, 1 inch wide. But when you cut them and you lay them out, make sure you lay them out in the order that you cut them, because when I first did this as my sample, I didn't place them in order, and so it was like a jigsaw puzzle. I had to like twist it and turn it to make sure that the picture was right. So it would be easy. It would have been easier for me just to lay them down just the way I cut them. So I'm just doing the 1 inch. Just like this. And then the last 1 inch. Put that one first, then that one last. So see, now I've placed them in the order that I cut them. Now we're going to add dimensionals. I'm just going to flip these around in the same order. We're going to add dimensionals. Yeah, when I first cut this, I didn't even think about all of that. And I had a hard time putting them back in order. So I'm going to put 2 per strip. Now we're going to bring out our card base, and we're going to lay these down. Just like this. Of course, making sure that they're straight. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to leave the same 2 squares on each side. And I'm going to start off with the one on the left. And I'm going to use this black line. If you can see on my grid paper, there's a dark black line right here. I'm going to use that as the bottom of my strip. Nope, that's too much. Should be 3. It's hard to position it when I can't see. There we go. Then we're going to do the second one. Just leaving a little bit of a spot. Now, if you would like to move them after you place them down, don't press on them, so that way you'll have a little bit of give if you need to move them around and one is higher than the other. So I just laid it down. And take the backing off the dimensional. And then I'm going to place the last one. And then I'm going to look at it to make sure that they're straight. And it looks pretty straight. So I'm just going to, then I'm going to press it down to make sure that they stay in place. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some cutting. And on these, we're going to cut them. We're going to cut our Daffodil Delight to 2 inches. By 1 1/4. And this is going to be left over for another project. And then this is going to be 1 3/4 by 1 inch. And so we're going to stamp on this, and we're going to place it right in the middle of our Daffodil Delight square. So I'm just going to trim off the excess there. Take down our trimmer. And then we're going to grab our stamp. So our stamp is going to be You Made My Day. And this is our clear block B. So we're going to use our Misty Moonlight again. Ink it up. And I'm going to stand up to make sure that this is straight. I might have to bring it off camera to make sure that it's straight. Okay, there it goes. Close up my ink. I'm going to flip it over and put some adhesive on the back. And just one more bit. Then we're going to place this right in the middle of our Daffodil Delight. And we're going to add some dimensionals. Now again, if you guys don't have dimensionals, you can always just put adhesive to the back of this and put it on your card front, just on your paper. It does not have to have dimensionals. I just like to put dimensionals. And we're going to add it right here in the middle of these three panels. And now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add our rhinestones. And we're going to add 3 rhinestones to this card. We're going to put one in the middle of this flower. And then 2 towards the top of the corner, like this. So that is your 4th card with the envelope. So this is the package that you will be receiving if you decide to get the demonstrator kit in the month of September. So you're going to be getting 16 card kits to make these 4 cards, 4 of each. So these are the 4 cards that we made. I'm just going to flip them over. Get my last one here. Let me show you these. So these are going to be the 4 cards that you're going to be able to make with the 16 kits that you will receive for free from the catalog. Now, I'm a visual person, so I'm going to show you this to demonstrate what I am talking about. Okay, so I hope you guys can see this. So if you were to get the demonstrator kit, which is $125 worth of any products that we have, you would, if you just buy the $125, you will pay $125. You will pay $21 for the paper pumpkin. You will pay roughly about $7 for all of the supplies to make the 16 cards. The rhinestone jewels are $5. The So Much Love stamp set is $21. The Queen Anne's Land stamp set is $17, so a grand total of $196, plus shipping, which is 10% for anything over $69.50. So it's $19.60. Subtotal is $215, and of course we have to pay taxes. So you would pay for all of these items $233.39. So for all of this. But if you were to elect to get the demonstrator kit, which again is $125 in any products, you only pay $99. So the paper pumpkin, you will receive a code to receive a future paper pumpkin that you decide to get. I'm not quite sure if there's an expiration date, but I'm sure the flyer that you will receive will have all that information. But you will get a paper pumpkin code for free. You'll get the cardstock to make the 16 cards for free. You'll receive the basic jewels for free. You'll receive the So Much Love stamp set for free. You'll receive the Queen Anne's lace stamp set for free. So your whole total for all of those items is $99. Shipping is free on your demonstrator kit. So that's an additional savings of $19.60. But your subtotal is still $99. Now we still have to pay taxes, but in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, that's 8.25% for a grand total of $107.17. For the same items that someone, if you were just purchasing as a customer, will pay $233. So you would save $126.22. Plus, you get 20% off on all of your future orders. There's never, ever any pressure to sell. You can just buy your own restocking supplies for your craft room. But if you would like to, you can share the catalog with your friends or your family, and then they can probably order from you if you guys are all crafters like we are. But if you would like more information on this kit, the special starts on September 1st, ends on September 30th. I would love to have you part of my team, the P&I Crafters team, and which is my team name. The P is for paper, the I is for ink, which are I think the 2 most important things in paper crafting. So my team name is P&I Crafters. I would also love to have you as part of the Stampin' Up! Team as a demonstrator. So if you would like more information, please give me a call. I will have this information on my Facebook business webpage for you to look at with all of my contact information. Also the link for you to sign up if you know which $125 products you would like. One of those items could also be our brand new embossing machine. If you guys have not seen our embossing machine, it was released to demonstrators in August, but starting September 1st, it will be available for all of our customers. So our new die cutting and embossing machine, the big one, will be available September 1st to all of our customers. The die cutting machine, the embossing and die cutting machine is $120 value. So that fits within the $125. You get to pick something else for $5, which could be some rhinestones, could be some twine, anything that costs $5. And you would get this for $99. I mean, that's already right there a savings. You're not paying $120 for it, you're paying $99 for it. Plus you get an extra something for $5. So if you would like to get this embossing machine as part of your demonstrator kit, you can. Or you can get something else, but you still get the 2 stamp sets, you still get the rhinestones, and you still get the 16 card packs to make those 4 wonderful cards that we just made. This has been, to me, one of the best incentives to join Stampin' Up! In quite a while. So again, if you would like any information on this, you can email me, you can message me on Facebook. I believe my phone number is also on my Facebook webpage, but I could be mistaken. But a private message will do. I will get back to you as soon as I can. So this, again, special starts September 1st and September 30th. And it is available to everybody in the United States. So it doesn't matter if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area like I do. I have team members that are in Georgia, team members that are in Iowa, former team members that are in California, so you don't have to be in Dallas to be part of my team. So thank you again for joining me today on this Sunday. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And why I keep saying Sunday? It's Monday. Oh my goodness. I had the day off today. That's why I keep saying Sunday. So I was on leave today, so it doesn't count. So I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and getting ready for the workday tomorrow for me. Okay, thank you. Have a good night. Thanks.